Hey, Laura. Welcome to the live. Tie-dye chick, welcome. I just jumped on, so I'm just waiting. Oh, there's Jen. Antonio, welcome. Welcome. It is late here. What's up? It is late where I am. Thank you for the rose, Dweeby. Man, you guys are on it tonight. So fast. Hey, Nona. Shelby, what's up? Hello, I'm Yuba City. It's me again. What's up, Dweeby? Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Patty. Thank you for the follow. Man, you guys are on it tonight. What's up, working? Hello. Total breach. Yeah, it's late here. It's like 10:20 my time. And the kids are gone. JC's spending the night at her friend's house. And so it's just me tonight. And I thought, I know, right, Jen? Hey, from Texas. What's up, Marcia? And so anyway, I thought, you know what? Why not? I'm going to jump on here for about an hour or so and hang out with you guys where it's uninterrupted other than my dogs hanging out with me. But other than that, I just wanted to hang out with you guys and maybe answer some questions that you might have about, how to create the life you want. You guys are all over my videos that I've got posted on my page. And, man, you guys are manifesting like crazy, like money and, those little duck things and the drums and I want to level it up. Like I want to do a video and see how high we can go with all of you guys. Because some of you are manifesting not just $100, but way more than that. And, and following the instructions that I give you in order to do that. And so, hey girl, Miltriken. I know who you are, but they don't because they only see your screen name. So, Dweeby, I need more. Man, everybody needs more, right? Not really needs more. Faith, I need to manifest my house. All right. I still get stuck with the manifesting, Shelby. It's okay. Just be patient with yourself, right? You're learning. You're learning to get into alignment with the things that you want, and it takes a little bit of time if you're new to this type of thing. I have an extra $100. What do I do with it? Going ape. Whatever floats your boat. Like whatever makes you happy. Listen, you have to know, especially with money, but really in anything, because it's all energy, right? You have to know that when you spend that money, it's going to come back. Like money always flows to and through you. Right? Money always flows to and through you if you allow it to. Right? So I guess we're going to talk about money tonight. That's totally fine with me. A lot of people, the majority, I would say the majority of you guys, majority of the people out there, hang on so tight to their money because they're afraid they're not going to make any more. They're not going to get any more, like they're living paycheck to paycheck. And so they hang on tight to it, right? They pay their bills. They feel bad when they're paying their bills because the money's going out. It's like, man, I'm just paying out everything I'm making. And I don't really have enough to keep going or, to go on vacations or to do the fun things that I want to do or buy what I want to buy. And so they just have this tight grip on the money, right? And when you have a tight grip on something, you're resisting it. In other words, you're deflecting it away from you, okay? It's just like in a relationship. If you hang on tight to somebody, at some point, you're gonna suffocate them and they're going to leave. And that's what money does. Money is the same energy, right? Okay, so Kelly says, then get a better job. It's easier said than done, Kelly. Like, we got to have some grace and some kindness with people, right? Because this life is not easy, right? It's not easy when you're not into alignment with what it is that you want. And if you don't know how to manifest, then it becomes difficult. Or if you're not even aware that you can create the life that you want, then it's very, very difficult for people, right? And so that's why what I do is so important to teach you guys, right? To teach you guys how to do this, because I've done it for myself. I do it for my celebrity clients. I do it for professional athletes. Like, I coach them and mentor them on how to create the life that they truly want, not the one that society is telling you need to create, or family or friends or whatever it is. Like, you're so caught up in doing what you think you're supposed to be doing that you lose yourself in the meantime, and who you really are. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate you jumping on there and being a moderator for me. And who you really are gets lost, right? So, Orchid, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. Easier said than done is right. Shy Flower. Yeah, look, I know, because I've been there. Like, I totally know and can relate, right? Because I have been there. I grew up in a poor family, right? Where they taught you, my parents taught me, and my brother did exactly what they asked him to do or told him to do, was you go to school, you get a degree, then once you get a degree, you go get a corporate job working where you can use that education to further yourself, and you climb the corporate ladder until you retire. And then when you retire, you get a gold watch. And when you get a gold watch and a pension, then you can really retire. But by that time, you're too freaking old to enjoy yourself, right? You're too old to enjoy yourself. And what I want you to do is I want you to enjoy the life you have right now. Right now. From here on out. Right? Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be. Spend the money, because you know abundance flows. It's always coming to you and through you. And be a leader for your kids if you have kids, right? And teach them this stuff so that they don't grow up listening to what other people in society are telling them that they should do. Because listen, it's all of our own journeys, right? It's your journey for you and you alone. My journey for me and me alone. And whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever it is that you love doing, if you don't follow that, right, then you're going to get stuck in the cycle. You're going to get stuck in the cycle, and you're going to continue to struggle because you're resisting who you really are because of fear and doubt and the what ifs and all of those things that the ego wants to be right about. Right? When something goes really, really good for you, you're always waiting for that other shoe to drop. Always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Right? Or when something's going bad, you sit there and you confirm it by saying, see, I told you that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. Well, you get what you know. You get what you believe is going to happen. And so my job is to help retrain your brain, right? Rewire your subconscious brain so that you can create the life that you want. But I have to drum this into your head, right? You got to get clear on what it is you want. That's your first step. That's your first step. Get clear. And if you don't know what you want, if you don't really know what you want, then write it out. Write down all the things you don't want, and then the complete opposite of what you don't want. And then you'll find out what you do want. And once you realize what you truly down deep desire want, and be honest with yourself, right? Once you truly know and you can get clear on what you want, then we can begin to manifest and get into alignment with it, right? And when we get into alignment with it and we allow the abundance to flow without waiting for the other shoe to drop, then life changes, and it changes drastically, and you can quantum leap, and you can actually collapse time, because the only place there's time is on earth. The only place that there is a time is on earth that man created so that we can make appointments, yada, 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 right? Get our kids to school on time, all those things. But in the universe, there's no time. Stuff can happen that fast, right? It can bring it to you that quickly, as long as you're not resisting it. As long as you're not putting a time limit on it, as long as you're not expecting the how it's going to come and trying to control how it's going to come and only looking for that one certain way that it can come to you, because then you miss it. Because the universe doesn't care. It will move people, places, circumstances, events. It will move mountains to bring you what you're in alignment with. And then your job is to just pay attention, to follow the intuition, to follow the nudges, because the universe is trying to lead you to it. And if you're so focused on, no, this is how I expect it to come, no, this is how I expect it to come, you will frickin' miss it, because you're not open-minded enough to realize that the universe is way more stronger than you are and is going to bring you what you want if you pay attention to all of the different options, how it can show up. It can show up so many different ways. So many different ways, guys. Okay. Let me go back and read some of these comments real quick. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate you guys. Okay. Let me see. I'm hitting too many buttons. My brother is a disaster. He's an SFI, and I don't know what to do with him. I need to manifest. Okay, so that's dweeby. All right. We're going to get to all of that. Savage, thank you for the follow. Rhonda, thank you for all of the hearts. And Luna, thank you for the crown. I want to see a crown. Why isn't it showing up? Usually they go on your head, I think. Thank you for the crown, though. I appreciate it. I'm driving for a few, but will watch as I can. Girl, be careful driving when you're on your phone. I love you that you moderate for me. You're a blessing to me. But God, you are more important than anything on TikTok right now. Okay, so just be careful. Tammy, so I can shop too. Hey, so I can shop. I'm assuming that says too. Yes. Please. Have fun. Thank you guys for all the follows. Vascular Tech, thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. See you on the 25th. My break is over. Dab. All right, girl. Yep, the 25th. I'm doing a workshop. Well, I've got one tomorrow, but it's sold out. I can't get anybody into tomorrow's workshop, and so I've got another one coming up on the 25th. The link is in my bio if you guys are interested in doing that workshop. It's $97 for a 2-hour workshop with me on learning how to manifest. And then you get, what's up, Jade? And then you get a free one-on-one private coaching call with me as a free added bonus via Zoom. And that is that's an $1,100 value, because that's what I charge my celebrity clients and my professional athletes and my Super Bowl winners and all those guys. They pay me $1,100 an hour to coach them and mentor them. And you guys are getting it just for signing up. You're getting it for free just for signing up for the workshop, which is $97, and it's 2 hours. So that's on September 25th is the next one coming up. Tomorrow's is sold out. And link is in the bio. I've only got a certain number of spots, and then it's sold out, and then I got to close the doors. Okay, so if you guys want one, thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate that. If you guys want one of the spots, grab them while you can, because once they're gone, they're gone. I can't open up any more spots. I don't have time to coach everybody. So thank you for the fire, Vascular Tech. Thank you guys for the follows. Jaybird, thank you for the follows, honey. I appreciate it. So it's first journaling and putting the intentions out there. Savage Senior Pugs. I love your name, by the way. The journaling is only if you don't know what you want. If you're not clear on exactly what you want for your life, right? That's what the journaling is for. And it's literally, I'll even give you guys an example. I've got my journal here. Let me go through and get a blank page, because I write down, I got so many different things. I got gratitude things that I do, and I write. So this is one of the first things that I have everybody do, is I have them draw a line down the middle of the paper. On the left-hand side are the things that I don't want. On the right-hand side are the things that I do want, which are the exact opposite of one another. The contrast serves a purpose. The contrast meaning the negative versus the positive, the bad versus the good. It all serves a purpose, because without the bad, you wouldn't know what good is. Without the negative, you wouldn't know what the positive is, right? So it serves a purpose. So things that I don't want, okay? Number one, I don't want to struggle with money. Okay, I'm just giving examples here. I don't want to struggle with money, okay? Right? That's what I don't want. Now, what is the exact opposite of I don't want to struggle with money? What would be the exact opposite of that over on the right-hand side? Somebody say it in the comments for me. while I read these comments. Kathleen, I got you, girl. I just read it. Dab, yeah, I saw. Diana, I saw that you did sign up. That's awesome. Crystal, I want an abundance of money. All right, so then we're going to write that on the complete opposite page. I want an abundance of money. Okay. All right, you guys see how I wrote that? I'm sorry my handwriting is bad right now tonight, but things I don't want to struggle with money. I want an abundance of money. Okay, do you guys get it? Right? What are some of the other things that you don't want? Right? I don't want to struggle with my brother. Somebody said they're having brother issues. Right? Whatever that is. I don't want to struggle about my brother. Right? What would be the opposite of struggling with your brother? Peace. Or whatever it might be. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Being financially stable, yes. Financial freedom, Marcia, yes. Absolutely. Carolyn, financially free. Yep. Crystal, I want an abundance of money. Exactly. Right? So, what are some of the other things, right? What are some of the other things that you don't want? What don't you want? It's easier for us to figure out what we don't want than what we do want. We get stuck when we start thinking, well, I don't know what I want. Okay. User 155. Okay, so good health is something that you want. What would be the opposite of good health? Poor health, sickness, disease. Like we can go on, right? You guys can get super detailed about this, okay, if you want to. So for your own situation that you're in, right? So maybe you're suffering with the disease right now. Maybe you have rheumatoid arthritis. Maybe you have cancer. Maybe you have whatever it is, right? And you write it down, right? Okay, so here, Tina, I don't want to be alone and unhappy. Tina, what would be the opposite of that? What would be the opposite of alone and unhappy? Because I'm writing it down. And unhappy. Tina, what would be the opposite of I don't want to be alone and unhappy? Put it in the comments for me. Okay, so the opposite of unhappy is happy. What's the opposite of alone? You got to get clear. Listen, because the universe is going to give you exactly what you're asking for, right? They're going to give you exactly what you asked for. Bianca, I got you, girl. Hang with me. To be happy and around people you love. Yep. Surrounded by people who support you, right? So the opposite of I don't want to be alone would be I want to be surrounded by people, right, who support me. Fulfilled. Awesome. Okay. So this is the first step, guys, is to ask the universe for what you want. And to ask it for what you want, you have to get clear on what that is. Okay, so this is your first step. Never have to worry if you have to choose to pay a bill or eat. Love it. Bianca, awesome. Right? Okay, so you guys are going to do the work. If you don't know what you want, this is going to get clarity for you. Once you know what you want, the next step is to believe you already have it. Is to believe you are already it. To believe, to literally feel in your body that it has come to fruition. Like you've already manifested it, you're already living it, right? And to visualize that so that you can get into the feeling of it. There's nothing more. Let me tell you guys something. Thank you, Manifesty. I appreciate you. Oh, Man of Steel. Sorry, Manifesty. I didn't see the L. Man of Steel. Right? It's all, I'm jacked up tonight, so I apologize. Anyway. There's nothing more important than your emotions. Let me tell you why. The universe doesn't understand language. It doesn't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. It only understands vibration. It only understands energy because that's what it's created out of, right? The universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, is only energy. And so in order to speak its language, you have to get into the energy of it. You have to be the energy that you want to attract, okay? There are different levels on the emotional scale, the vibrational scale of emotions, okay? Let me give you one example. I say this all the time, okay? We're neutral. Anything below that is sadness, worry, fear, guilt, doubt, evil, all those things, okay? So above that, right, would be happiness, joy, love, peace, whatever, right? Okay, so let me give you an example. Down here, right, if I'm down here below, here's Adolf Hitler, right? I use him as an example because he's super evil. Adolf Hitler's down here, right? As he's vibrating low, 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 low down here, he's saying what he wants. Right? He's saying what he wants. He's clear on what he wants. And it's down here on the vibrational scale. And so you guys are laughing at me, but trust me when I say this. The universe's energy, vibration will match it and make it manifest for him. Okay? Do you see what I'm saying? Bad equals bad. Bad equals bad. Bad equals bad. You want bad stuff? You focus on bad stuff. You vibrate on bad stuff. The universe will give it to you. It is unbiased. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't care. It only obeys. Mother Teresa is up here, right? Peace, love, contribution, philanthropy. Taylor, I believe I saw my duck. There you go, right? Up here. So when you vibrate up here of peace and joy and love and abundance and freedom and all of those emotions that are high up on the vibrational scale, then the universe says, okay, I'm going to match you. I'm going to bring you what you want. Wherever you're vibrating is what it will bring you. Do you understand how important your emotions are? Right? Do you understand how important your emotions are? Because if you look around, if you understand this, and then you look at your life, you'll realize that you have created everything that you're experiencing. Nobody else but you. You've attracted the bad people. You've attracted the bad circumstances. You've attracted the bad job. You've attracted the lack of money. You've attracted the doubt, the fear, all of those things. You've attracted that, and it has created your reality, your world, your life. Do you see? The people that are uber wealthy, the 2% of society, right, that have all the money, the freedom, the joy, the happiness, all that stuff, guess what? They created that for themselves because they knew it was possible. They believed they already have it. They believed they were worthy of it. They believed they were deserving of it. They knew that the world was full of abundance, that it was always flowing, 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 that we would never run out of money. We would never run out of resources, right? It was there for the taking, and all they had to do was make the move towards it, what they wanted. Most people who are really successful, right? Except now we're on this leading edge, right? Where people are becoming more aware that they start to really create their own reality. They're starting to become more aware of that, right? But before, they were doing it by default. Like they didn't even know that they were creating their life. Not like that. They didn't know they were manifesting. They were just like, I was working my ass off and I was going after my dreams and my goals, and I would just, I'd see fear and I'd walk through fear, right? And I'd fail and fail and fail until I succeeded. You see what I mean? Thank you guys for the follows. Okay, since you've been through everything, I give you a 9.8. Well, thank you. I believe I saw my duck. Awesome. How do I live like I have money if I really don't have much? Can you give an example? Yes, absolutely. If you want to attract more money, this was one of the videos I did I gave you guys a test, right? Let's manifest an extra $100. And here are the steps to do it, right? Universe, I want an extra $100. I just want $100 more. And right? Okay, so that's step one, ask. Step two is believe. How do you believe? You sit on the freaking couch or lay on the couch with a blanket and a pillow for 15 minutes. You set a timer on your phone and you literally visualize $100 in your pocket or in your bank account or whatever it is. And it can come in multiples of 20. It can come in multiples of 10. It could be a $100 bill. It could be a check in the mail. It doesn't really matter, right? How you visualize that part of it, but I need you to feel it. I need you to feel like you already have the $100. How does it feel? How does it feel to know you already have $100? If I said, I'm going to send you a check in the mail for $100 and it was, here's the receipt, here's the thing, it's coming certified mail, here it is, it will be delivered to your home in the next week. Would you worry about that $100 anymore? Or would you know that it's coming? That you're going to get it in a week. You're going to have the $100. Do you see? And that's when it shows up. That's how the universe works. When you believe you already have it and you release the need for it, the need means that there's a lack of it. When I need something, it's because I don't have it. And when I don't have it, I get into a alignment of fear and doubt and worry and stress and all of these things, right? And that's a low vibration. That's on the lower end of the vibrational scale. And so when you're on the lower end of that and you feel like crap because you don't have it, the universe says, okay, I'm going to give you more. And you get more crap. And you get less money. And you struggle. Do you see what I'm saying? You have to fully believe that you are worthy, that you are wealthy, that the abundance flows, that it's always this or something better, that life is always working out for me, right? You have to get yourself and your brain rewired, because then when you feel that way and you go out into the world, when you open your eyes and you're like, I'm looking for the evidence of it. Like, how is it going to show up? The unfolding of it. How is it going to unfold in my reality? Is it going to be a check? Is it going to be just in my bank account? Is somebody just going to give me $100? Am I going to sell something I've been trying to sell for months and it's never sold and now all of a sudden somebody buys it? Like, how is it going to show up when you get into alignment with it? Don't miss it. Right? Don't worry about the how. When I did the duck experiment, people were expecting a little rubber duck or whatever to show up, physical duck in their experience. And what happened was most of them missed the fact that it was in somebody else's car and they weren't looking for it, right? That it was in somebody else's house when they went to visit and they weren't looking for it because they didn't expect it to be there, because they're so close-minded, they only expected it to come one way and they missed it. So you have to stay open-minded. When you believe you already have it, right? And then you're just looking for the third step is allowing it to come into your existence, right? To receive it, however it wants to come. First step, ask for what you want. Second step, believe you already have it. Third step, receive. Ask, believe, receive. Ask, believe, receive. That is how you manifest at its core. Ask, believe, receive. Here's where people get mixed up. Right? Number one, they don't know what the hell they want. There's no clarity. There's no definition. They really don't know what they want. So I've given you tips to find out what it is that you want. Find out what you don't want. You'll know what you do want. Number one. Number two, believe you already have it. Believe you already have it. Whether that be a special person in your life, whether that be people around you that support you. What does it feel like when you visualize it, right? Because when you go into the fourth dimension, which is your mind, when we can bypass the analytical brain, which is the filter for everything, right? That's the protection mechanism. That's the, I'm afraid if I think about it and this is what I want and I get too hopeful, and by the way, hope is a beggar. I hope. Beg, 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 right? Means I don't have it. That's a lack feeling, right? You see what I'm saying? So when we can bypass the analytical mind, the brain, by meditating, visualizing, going to la la land, daydreaming about it, fairy tale world, whatever you want to label it or call it, I don't care. As long as you do it, when you do that, this part, this analytical mind, shuts off, right? You go into theta brain waves. Theta brain waves. That's that groggy feeling when you first wake up in the morning or right before you get ready to go to sleep at night. When you get into theta brain waves, that's your subconscious. Oh, shit. Now guess what? Now we're starting to rewire our belief system, right? We're starting to rewire that from when we were kids. When our parents told us things or we witnessed things like money doesn't grow on trees, a penny saved is a penny earned. You got to work your ass off, right, to get what it is. You got to climb and fight and crawl and claw to get to that success. And if you don't do it, you won't have it. That's the shit that we're taught when we're little. We watched our parents struggle with money. We watched our parents suffer, right? Paycheck to paycheck, coupon clipping, right? Instead of getting new clothes to go to school, and we get thrift shop clothes or second hands or hand-me-down or whatever. And it makes us feel like crap, right? Lower vibration. So we attract more of it because we don't realize that we're creating it. You see? So we've got to be able to get past the analytical mind to the subconscious brain, rewire it for the belief system, and you can only do that by visualizing in the fourth dimension. 3D is me, I'm here, I'm solid, I'm a form, I'm matter, right? I'm 3D. 4D is this, the mind, the analytical mind, getting past that into the subconscious. That's the fourth dimension. The fifth dimension, that's the creator God universe that says your wish is my command. Your wish is my command. Right? When you start vibrating at a higher level and you're like, yes, it's always this for something better. I know what it feels like now to be wealthy because I've gone there in the mind. I know I've been behind the wheel of the luxury car. I've lived in the mansion. I know what it looks like. I know what it smells like. I've walked barefooted on those freaking Italian marble floors, and it felt so good, right? Whatever it might be for you. And when you start to raise your vibration, right, and you already feel like you've been there in the mind, you will go there in the body, the universe will deliver it. Your wish is my command. Just like if you're vibrating lower and you're in doubt and fear and lack, right, and struggle, the universe says, your wish is my command. Here's more. This is powerful stuff, guys. This is super powerful information for you guys to know. Because if you don't believe me, look at the evidence of it in your life right now. And tell me how you've been thinking and feeling. Be honest. Because nobody that's been positive, nobody that knows like they know, that they're abundant, that there's plenty, right, of money to go around for everybody, that there's no competition, right? That they don't feel guilty for having the money, or they're not afraid that they're going to spend it or blow it or lose it or get it stolen from them, or they don't have to hoard it, right? Do you see? My dogs are going crazy. Let me read these comments real quick. I'm very happy, but I always seem to attract sad and unhappy people. Why? Sunflower True Love. Because at your core, you attract who you are. Right? So you seem like you're very happy, but if it's an effort to be happy, that means you're fighting against yourself, right? You're fighting down deep, alone, in silence, by yourself, when nobody else is around, and there's no exterior influences. There's something in you that is not happy. There's a lack. There's something that you're missing, right? There's something that you're wanting that you haven't gotten yet. And so then you start to attract the same people on that level of vibration. And that's exactly what happens, right? You just have to be honest with yourself. My God, guys, come here. Quit. They're all jacked up because I'm the only one home. Snapping hose at my door. What the hell? And my mind is overwhelmed, worrying for him. Stella Mitch, my oldest isn't doing so well. Okay, so let me help Stella real quick. Stella Mitch. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down this phrase for me. Okay? I'm so happy and grateful now that my son is doing extremely well, and he's so happy, right? I want you to write down the opposite of what your perception of him is. What is your perception of him right now? And I want you to write down the exact opposite as a gratitude statement. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that my son is doing so well. And then after you write it down, you're going to sit on the couch, lay on the couch with a blanket and a pillow, and you're going to visualize him exactly the way you want him to be. How does he walk? How does he talk? How does he look? How does he dress? How does he feel? Like, what is going on, right? Exactly. For 15 minutes, you're going to set a timer on your phone. You're going to do this as much as you possibly can. As much as you possibly can. And then you're going to start looking for the evidence of those little pieces of optimism, those little pieces of positivity that's coming from him, those little tiny changes that is your justification, your verification, your validation that this is changing, that he is slowly changing, because he's going to feed off your vibe. He's going to feed off your vibe. Okay? Stephanie will damn. Thank you for the follows, guys. I have manifested everything I have in my life right now. Nesky 81. Jen, I'll get you. I've raised my vibration a lot, but not to the money. I'm in struggle. Help. I got you, girl. Intrusive thoughts push hard when bills slap me in the face. How do I overcome that, right? Because you're looking at the physical evidence of it. Do you see what I mean? Like, you're looking at the justification of it. The intrusive thoughts, right? What would it feel like to not have intrusive thoughts? What would it feel like to not push hard when the bills slap you in the face? What would it feel like if you were grateful for your bills because you know that when you pay your bills, you're blessing somebody else on the other side of that? Somebody else with that money that you're paying the electric company or your rent or whatever it is actually putting food on the table for those people that work for that company or the person that owns that home, right? The money flows to and through you to other people and back around again. It is a blessing to be able to pay your bills and know that on the other side of that, it's putting food on the table. Like, you should be able to say that when you pay your stuff, like I do this all the time, right? Thank you. Thank you for allowing, for giving me and providing me with the money to pay my bills, right? So that I can bless other people with it so that they can pay theirs. And when I feel that attitude of gratitude, when I don't feel the lack, when I pay it, right? When I give it out, it always comes back. Always. Always. But I feel it at my core. It's not just some bullshit story I'm trying to convince myself of, right? I really feel that way. It's not an act. I literally really feel that way. I'm like, God, this is freaking amazing. This money thing, this energy thing that's always flowing to and through me and coming at me from all different directions in abundance, right? In overflow, in avalanches. This is freaking amazing. And all I want to do is help more people. Like, all I want to do is pay out more because I know the more I pay out, the more I get. You see? And when you allow it the freedom to come and go, it wants to come back to you so badly, right? Because it knows that you're just going to set it free again. And then it comes, you're going to set it free again. It's never your money anyway. It wasn't your money to begin with. It belonged to somebody else before you got it. And it will belong to somebody else after you have it. Do you see? It's always changing hands, always. You could try to hang on to it as tight as you want, but it will never work. It will never work. Because at some point, you're going to have to use it. At some point, you're going to have to use it. And if you use it with resentment or fear or doubt or lack, right, you're going to get more of that. And pretty soon, people go downhill. This is why lottery winners go broke in the first year. This is why. Because they don't know how to handle it. Like, they get this abundance of money and they're like, frick yeah, woohoo, I'm a rock star. I'm going to go live. I'm going to be bougie. I'm going to be diva, whatever, right? And they go and they just go hog ass wild with it. And they spend it all, right? But there's always a fear in the back of their mind that they're going to spend it all. But they can't help themselves. They can't help themselves because they've never fine-tuned their nervous system and their subconscious to say, I know that when I spend this, there's going to be more coming in. Right? So guess what I'm going to do now? I'm going to make different decisions about it. I got all this money. I'm going to invest it maybe in some real estate where I get positive cash flow coming in every month without working. It just pays me overnight and I don't have to do anything for it. Right? But instead they just blow it. Right? It's irresponsible. If you're irresponsible with your kids or your spouse or if somebody you're dating, if you're irresponsible with them, they're not going to hang around. You're going to continue to attract the same kind of person. When one leaves, another one will take its place. So XOXOXO Love Company, I want you to visualize yourself as so freaking abundant and so bougie so that you can feel what that feels like. I want you to go to fairy tale land, and I want you to daydream about it for 15 minutes at a time, laying on the couch with a blanket and a pillow. Right? And then when you come out of that and you're like, oh God, that was freaking awesome. Like, I want to do that more. Yeah, you want to do that more because it feels good. Because it feels good, you want to do it more. And the more you do it, and the more you're training your brain for the worthiness and the abundance, and you start to convince yourself, right? You start to rewire your brain, right? It's a habit, it's a habit, it's a habit, it's a habit. You start thinking differently, you start acting differently, you start looking for the evidence of it differently. You start looking, like things will just pop up in your favor all the time. Front row parking spots when the freaking grocery store is jam-packed on a weekend. And you get the front row. It just appears. It happened to me today. My daughter had to go cheerlead at her football game today, right? And there were other games before hers. Ours was the last game. The parking lot was freaking jam-packed. When I dropped her off an hour before the game so that she could go warm up and they could practice before the game, I dropped her off, packed, nowhere to park. People were parking out in the grass. It was so packed, right? I came back an hour and I'm like, oh my God, it's still freaking packed, right? It's still packed. That's okay. And I'm like, I know me. I'm going to get a front row parking spot. It always happens. It's always this or something better. Life is always working out for me, right? I go with that attitude and knowing that, and then I'm like looking for the evidence of it. I'm like, okay, where's the parking spot going to be? Like, where's it going to be? And wouldn't you know, 2 cars from the front gate, open spot, like white, and people are driving around and they're not parking there. And I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? This is crazy. Oh, that's right. It's because the universe, your wish says your wish is my command. The universe says this is assigned to you, Tami. This is your parking spot. It's not assigned to anybody else. They don't see it. They don't see it. They've missed it. Oh, but I haven't, because I'm always looking. I'm always expecting. I'm always expecting the abundance. I'm always expecting this or something better. I'm always expecting the good. And when I expect that and I feel it and I know, it shows up. It's the same thing with money. It's no different. The energy is the same across the board with love, money, health, parking spots, coffee, whatever it is you want. It's just energy. Guys, it's just energy. Stop putting labels on things. It's literally energy. It's vibration. You match with it and shit starts to happen. Okay. You guys need to get in this damn workshop. Like, seriously, so 118 of you guys live right now with me. And you're struggling with stuff, right? What if I told you that a $97 investment would completely change your life, would completely change your mindset, would completely begin to get you on the right track to the abundance, right? To attracting all of the things that you want, where I could help you get clear in an hour one-on-one private coaching call with me that is free via Zoom, where I can hear you, see you, we talk, we converse, I get to the bottom of it, I pull all the freaking weeds out of your brain, and we start planting the harvest, and then all you need to do is show up for the harvest. All you need to do is reap it. What if I told you the $97 investment would get you that? This is why celebrities and high-level coaching clients and Super Bowl winners and professional athletes, that's why they pay me $1,100 a session for an hour. Because they know the track record. They know what I've helped people manifest. They've seen it. They're like, $1,100 investment for an hour? Let's go. And that return is going to be substantial. Like, it's going to change my entire life in the direction where I'm going when I get stuck. Yes. All right, let's go. You guys get it for $97. Why? Why am I offering it to you for that amount? Because I obey what God, source, creator, universe tells me to do. When I go to bed at night and I enter theta mode in my brain and I start thinking, right? God, just show me what my next step is. Source, universe, creator, show me my next step and I will obey. Show me my next step and I will obey. And when he says, or it says, right, as a vibrational thing, right? When I start to have a thought and it feels good and I start to vibrate, I'm like, that's a message. That is a message from God's source universe, right? That's what I need to do. The idea pops in my head. $97 workshop for 2 hours, a 2-hour workshop. Oh, and by the way, you're going to offer a free one-on-one coaching call privately via Zoom for these people that sign up for your workshop as a thank you. Right? And so I'm thinking that this is great. This is amazing. I feel really good about it. I wake up in the morning and I go, what the hell is that? Like, are you nuts? You know how much money I'm losing? Look at my calendar. Guys, look, it's jam freaking packed, right? It's jam packed. All those names down on that right-hand side, those are all coaching. Those are all you guys. Like, that's you guys. That's not my high-level clients because I have a confidentiality agreement. I can't tell you who they are. I can't write their names on my calendar where everybody can see it. That's in a special book, right? But this is you guys. This is you guys. That's just, and we're only in the 10th day of September, for God's sake. So I don't, and it's getting filled. So I don't have a lot of space. But I'm losing money, right, by doing this stuff. And that's okay. Because when God tells me to move, I move. Why? Because I know that the abundance is always flowing, right? And what happens is I start getting more high-level clients, $1,100 a session. The people that can really afford to pay it. You hear what I'm saying? These people can afford it. They're A-list celebrities. They're professional athletes. They make millions of dollars. They can afford $1,100. That's a drop in the bucket. That's like $2 to you and me. You see what I mean? They can afford it. But there's another community of people that need help and can't afford $1,100 a session. So you guys get it for $97 plus a free one-on-one private coaching call with me via Zoom. Right? So you're really getting 3 hours with me for $97. It's just stupid. So if you guys want the link, click the link in the bio and grab one of those spots, right? If you truly want to change your life, if you truly want to learn how to create the life that you want, then do it. I've been doing this for 3 decades. I've gone from living in, I remember the first house I bought, right? And it was freaking 35 years ago, right? It was a little 3-bedroom, 1-bath house for $100 and something thousand. And you know what? Then all of a sudden, I was working on my mindset. Like, I'm starting to manifest. Like, I get this whole law of attraction thing. I get this, right? And so I'm practicing. I'm working. I'm doing the inner work, right? Within a year, I had enough equity. I don't even know how. I had enough equity in that home to go buy a $500,000 house. My second home was a $500,000 house. And that was in 2001 when I bought that house. Right? And it continues to level up and up and up and up. And that didn't happen by chance. It didn't happen by default. It happened intentionally. And that's what I want to teach you to do. I want to teach you how to create your life with intention and stop living it by default. I want you to live your life on your terms, not somebody else's. I think you deserve that. And I know you're worthy of it. View each bill as a check made out to you. It changes your thought process. Yeah. I dream I was working with my husband and I did that. What? I dream where I'm at. Okay. Yes. I could try that. Okay. Is this manifestation pigtail rescue? Yes. Oh, that's cute. Pigtail rescue. I need to check you out. I'm so happy and grateful my son is doing well. He is happy and thriving. Yes. Perfect. Now that you have it written out, now that you're clear on what you want. Oh man, that feels so good. Just me reading that, Sella, makes me feel amazing, right? And I know it makes you feel amazing too. So now we're going to visualize him as happy and thriving and doing well. Now for 15 minutes a day. Watch how your world begins to change. Look for the small pieces of evidence, the small changes in him that shows you the evidence that what you're doing, just you go first and the universe follows. You go first, the universe follows. You always go first. Your vibration will raise higher and stronger than his. Whichever is strongest is going to win. Whatever energy is strongest is going to win. The negative, sickness, sadness, poor, black, right? If it's stronger, right? If it's stronger than your positivity, than your optimism, than your feeling of abundance, it's going to win. Right now, he's winning. So what we need to do is we need to raise you up. And as we raise you up, he starts to rise. Oh, Oh, look at that. You're going, he's going. You're going, he's going. And pretty soon you're like, oh my God. It feels like magic. It feels like fairy tale dust, right? It feels like, and it is. It's just you. You're the magic. You just don't know you're the magic. Gratitude list. Thank you guys for the follows. He actually just called me and sounded good. Do you see how fast it can happen? Do you see that there is no time in the universe? Stella, God, congratulations. This is amazing right now. Okay, now I'm getting jacked up because this is the proof, okay? One of your videos helped me manifest $300. Yes, Angel, yes. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, guys. So there is no time in the universe. This stuff, the universe, you get into alignment with it. Sometimes all you have to do is speak it, claim it, feel it. And when you do that, the universe goes, whammo, here it is. And it can collapse time. You can quantum leap, right? But when you put the time limit on yourself, you're fighting against the universe. You're not on the same page with it. And it takes longer. The resistance is there and it takes longer. Do you see, Sella? Look at this. What are the odds of your son calling and he sounded good after we just talked about it? What the hell, right? Do you see how powerful you are? Do you see? Grew up being told I was daydreaming. I now understand I was manifesting. Sandra, yes, man. Parents hate it when you daydream. What the hell are they doing? Daydreaming. Angel Heart Healing. Yeah, I saw that someone had just signed up. I'll have to check. I've got a team of people that kind of keep track that then they go, no more, we're full. And then they'll take the link down for me. So as long as the link is up, you guys in my bio, you guys can still get into the manifesting workshop and can still work with me one-on-one on a private Zoom call for free, right? That part is free. The workshop's $97. What a way to change the world. That's what I'm talking about, right? Imagine if we could get millions of people on the same page that says, okay, here's what I need to do to create. I go first, right? Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror song, right? I'm starting with the man in the mirror. You're starting with you. You go first. You want to see a change in the world. You be the change you want to see. You be the energy you want to attract, right? And this, thank you, Tina. And this is what I'm trying to teach you guys. And imagine if millions of people knew the power of this. Right? You guys are lucky, you know. Right? This is why this work is so important. This is why I do what I do on TikTok, right? I don't need the money. I don't need to do this. I've got a fantastic life, guys. I got a $150,000 Mercedes sitting in my garage I drive once a week. Maybe in the summer, right? Because I live in frickin' Oklahoma and it's a convertible. It's a hardtop SL55 AMG convertible, right? It's in my garage. I have a Range Rover, right? That is in my driveway. Okay? So I don't need the money. But I need to somehow, I'm going first, I need to somehow try to change this world. Like I need to get people to understand how powerful they are. Because if I can frickin' do it, coming from a poor, where I had to eat pancakes and drink Kool-Aid because we didn't have enough money to buy anything else. Right? And my mom grew up in the Depression. So she was a hoarder and a controller, right? Just give me enough. God, just please give us enough for what we need. Just give us enough for what we need. Just the food, shelter, and clothing. And you know what? That's exactly what my mom got her whole life. It's exactly what she got. She never, ever dared to ask for more. She never, ever dared to ask for abundance. She never, ever dared for a better life, right? Of her dreams for her family. Never. And so I grew up in that. I grew up in that environment. I witnessed it. I saw it. I felt the arguments between my parents, right? I saw the money struggles, right? My dad ended up with a disease, sick, gave him 6 months to live because of all of the stress, right? My mom trying to control everything. I'm like, my God, and I'm the youngest. I'm the only one at home. I'm like, what the hell, right? This sucks. I swore I would never, ever have that for my kid, ever. Right? And so that's when everything started. I went the opposite direction. I'm like, there's got to be more. There's got to be a way, right? How are all these other people getting rich and we're not? Like, what is the difference between us and them? What is the contrast? It's serving a purpose. I know that, right? I just need to be aware. I need to ask questions. I need to figure the stuff out. And I finally did, but it took me most of my adult life to figure it out. Now that I know, and now that I've proved it to myself, and now that I've helped other people do it too, and there's the justification of all of it, there's the validation, right? There's the testimonials. I have people, I just had a coaching call and the girl was like, this is so phenomenal. Can I give you a testimonial? I said, babe, I don't need one. I appreciate you wanting to offer to give me a testimonial of how fantastic this was, but I don't need it. It's okay. God provides, source provides, the creator provides, right? It's okay. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. She's a real estate agent. So it's all good. I get on a tangent and I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, thank you for the follows. Okay. If you don't have a diffuser going, then I swear just seeing visible energy radiating from your hands. No diffuser. Magic marketer. No diffuser. Allison, what's up? Yes, Tami helping people creating magic in their lives. So beautiful. She's one of my private clients. That's so amazing. Thank you, Allison. Grew up being totally, okay, so I read that one already. All right. Yeah, I don't have a diffuser. So if there's energy coming from my hands, it's possible. Usually I break the internet. So with all the energy coming through, I do a private coaching call, and the first thing I do when I have it is I'm warning you that we may lose internet, because this happens every time the energy is strong and I blow up the internet and then it kicks me off and then I got to get back on again, right? So I always tell you guys before our private coaching call, and it may do it in these workshops too. So it could be, right? I get fired up, man. Like I vibrate so freaking high, like I could feel my body vibrating, and it's the freaking most amazing thing, because I'm like, oh shit, some stuff's about to manifest. Like I'm about to level up again, and it's so amazing. It's so amazing. Makes sense. Okay, hi, I'm new here. What is it you're talking about? We're talking about creating your own life via learning how to manifest with intention, not default. Like literally intentionally creating your life, not doing it just by life is just happening to me, to life is happening by me, right? I like the life is happening by me, right? Instead of life is happening to me. Because I like control a little bit, okay? And the control for me is knowing that I'm creating my life. But I allow the universe to bring me however it wants to bring it to me. I let go of the control when the universe is involved, and it is way more powerful than I am and I could ever be. I let it do its thing. I relinquish control, right? But what I can control is what I want. I can know what I want, and I can know and believe that I already have it. Like I can visualize it. I can feel it. That's my job. I go first. I stay in my lane. I allow the universe to stay in its lane, right? And then we merge lanes, and it's freaking amazing. Okay. You described my childhood disinspired. Yeah. Dude, there's so many childhoods that are like that. My dad was an alcoholic. I mean, it's just crazy stuff, right? Chaos. Probably why I want the world to be rainbows and butterflies, right? It's the exact opposite of what I had as a kid. I just want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to have what they want to have so badly. I want you guys to be abundant and overflow, right? Overflow. That the stuff falls, it just falls like an avalanche into your life. Been manifesting extra money, better health. Guy used to date is next. LOL. Advice? It's the same steps. There's no difference. It's all energy, right? If you've been manifesting extra money and better health, it's the same exact steps for, right? The guy you used to date. If he's a match, he's a match. If he's not, he's not. Same thing. Pilly, same thing. So this is exactly, gave me a new insight, and I'm truly humbled by it. Oh, you're wonderful. Sorry didn't find you sooner. That's all right, Tina. No, hey. And you know what? Everything in its own time, right? I mean, you're here when you're supposed to be here. And you're here now. That means the universe put you here for a reason. Thank you, guys. Love it. Power in your words. It's happening for me. Yep. Thank you for the roses, guys. I appreciate that. That's all I want, is to be happy. Tina, that's all everybody wants. Listen to what I say. At the end of the day, all anybody wants is to be happy. Happiness comes in many forms, right? Happiness comes in the form of freedom, abundance, doing what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. Having that freedom to be able to make choices and decisions, right? And knowing like I know, that everything's always working out for me, right? That's happiness. But so many of you will only be happy when. I'll only be happy when I have abundance. I'll only be happy when I have the money. I will only be happy when I have the perfect partner. I will only be happy when I have a man or a woman or a special person or whatever it is for you, right? And in the meantime, I'm going to be miserable because I'm waiting for that person. I'm going to rely on them on my happiness. I'm going to rely on them to give me my happiness. And we start searching for the external things to make us happy is when we get in trouble. Well, because here's the thing. You may manifest, right? This guy or this girl or the money or whatever, right? But it's not going to stick around. And when it leaves, another one's going to take its place, the same exact type of person. This is why people get into continual abusive relationships. They keep attracting the same thing because they think that the other person is going to be the one that changed, right? It's something better, something whatever. Do you see what I mean? Like this one's going to be different. This one's going to be different. It's not going to be different because you're not different. Your life and your circumstances are not going to be different until you are different. Otherwise, you're going to continue to experience the same things in a cycle over and over and over and over again. Right? I'd rather experience a cycle over and over and over again of abundance. I'd rather go that direction. I'd rather be able to make a choice based off the contrast. God, I don't like this feeling. Okay, well then change the feeling. But I'm waiting for the other person to change the feeling. I'm waiting for the money to change the feeling. No. You want the money to change the feeling? Visualize it. Feel it already. Feel it as if it is happening right now in your body. Feel as if you are abundant. Feel yourself behind the wheel, right, of that car or living in that house or being with that person. What do they look like? What do they sound like? What do they dress like? What do they act like, right? What is it that you want? And as you start taking those steps, as you get clear on what it is that you want, because you know that you now create your reality. So, now I'm changing. I know that I create my own reality. It's me. So now I'm changing. Now I get clear on what I want. I believe I already have it. And then I allow the universe to bring it to me however it wants to bring it to me. And it could be in any way, shape, or form, right? And I'm open to receiving it however it wants to bring, right? Now, I've changed. And when I change, that attracts something different. It attracts a match to me. Match. Attraction. You see? Match. That is how I climbed out of my family. My daughter would have been better. I am back in my family whole. Okay, so I'm hoping this explanation, what I'm talking to you about, guys, is answering some of your questions in here, right? How can I manifest 10K quick? You can manifest it by tomorrow. You just have to believe you already have it. Can you truly believe that you already have the 10K? You've already got it. It's done. Done. You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to have 10K. Can you believe that that is possible? And if you believe it's possible, do you believe that it's realistic? Oh, because sometimes, I believe it's possible, but it's just not realistic. Come on. Yeah, I believe it's possible. Yeah, I could believe the 10K could show up tomorrow, but it's not realistic. Oh, resistance. Guess what? It's not going to come tomorrow. You're resisting it. You don't believe. You don't really believe that you already have it. Like checks in the mail, already have it. This is the work. Beliefs run back here in your subconscious mind. The beliefs are running everything in your life. 95% of what you do is run on autopilot by your subconscious mind. You can sit here and try to convince yourself and talk to yourself and say your affirmations all freaking day long, and it will not matter because only 5% of your thoughts are being guided by you. You have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. 5% of those you have control over. The other 95% you have no control over. You can't control these thoughts back here until you can get past the analytical mind. And you can only get past the analytical mind when you enter theta brainwaves, which is part of your meditation and your visualization, which is why every single client I have does visualization, right? That's your job. That's your work. That's your work. And I hold you accountable for it. right? But I've got to know what you believe first. And man, when I start asking you questions and they get uncomfortable, right? And I listen to you talk, and those knee-jerk automatic responses that come forward, and I call you out on your shit and go, oh, listen to what you just said. And it's all recorded, by the way. When you guys have a private one-on-one coaching call with me, I actually send you the recording of our coaching call so you can re-listen to it, and you'll pick up on it. You'll be like, oh, man, yeah, I want this. And then you'll say, but I don't know if I can really have it. Oh. But no. I believe I can have it. And then you'll backtrack. No. I believe I can have it, right? Conscious. I believe I can have it. But your subconscious just told you didn't think you could. So which is it? Which is it? You see? You need somebody to call you out on your crap. You need somebody that can pay attention, that knows what to look for when you're speaking, because you speak the truth on autopilot. You speak what you truly believe on autopilot. And when you have somebody that's so fine-tuned to listen and be aware of that and can call you out on it right then, you're like, oh my God. I didn't even know that I thought that way. No, because it's on autopilot. So let's change it. Now I know what's stopping you from getting what you want. So let's go. Now I'm going to give you the tools to change and rewire your subconscious brain. You see, this is how we manifest. That's why these coaching calls are so important. Yeah, you could be on these lives all the time with me, right? And pick little nuggets, little pieces here and there, and try little pieces of the puzzle and try to fit it all together on your own for free. You could do that, but it would take you for frickin' ever. It'd take you forever. Because you have nobody holding you accountable. You have nobody calling you out on your crap. You have nobody giving you the tools to actually change your life, right? You could get there, but it'll take you a long time. But for those of you that are tired of waiting and the struggle and the gap, it's time to close the gap. For $97. The link is in the bio. It's simple, right? Saw my rubber duck after 2 days. Yep, because I gave you 24 to 48 hours. 48 hours is 2 days. So good job, Ashley. See, look how powerful you are. It's just as easy to manifest 10K that somebody else wants as it is to manifest a rubber duck in 24 hours, 48 hours. Is scripting less powerful than the 15-minute visualization you recommend? Yes. Well, okay, wait. For me, yes. For you, it may not be. See, here's the thing. Everybody is different. Everybody's different. I cannot literally teach one class and put everybody in a box, and I want you guys to do X, Y, and Z, and you'll all be abundant. Do the same steps. Every single one of you do X, Y, and Z, and you'll be abundant. Because you've got too many experiences from your past that are dictating your future. And if I don't know what those experiences are in your past, I cannot collapse time. Right? So scripting may work for you better than the 15-minute visualization. Right? It might. I would incorporate the 15-minute visualization into it. Absolutely, 100%. Because I know how important that is. This is what this is what Olympic athletes use. They use visualization. Listen to what I'm saying, guys. When you have an Olympic downhill skier, slalom, right? And when they're preparing for the Olympics, they literally close their eyes and they sit in the chair. And they did the study where they hooked electrodes, right, up to their muscles, okay, in their body. And they sat them down in the chair and they said, okay, run through your run right now in your mind. I want you to go there in your mind and I want you to run through it in your mind, okay? And so they would. So they would sit there and they would act like they held onto their poles, their ski poles, right? And they would sit where they had their skis on and they'd close their eyes and they would go, right? And this is a slalom course. They'd go. And they would go through it in their mind. And this is amazing, guys. Listen to what I'm saying. As they go through the motions, their muscles fired exactly like they would have if they were literally doing it in real life. And you're telling me your brain's not powerful? You're telling me your brain's not running the show? This is why visualization is so important, because when you go there in the mind, you go there in the body. When you go there in the mind, into the theta brainwaves, into the relaxation state, where I'm like, I'm there, I can feel how cold it is, the snow, right, the ice. I can hear it when I go shoo, shoo, shoo. They could hear it, and their muscles would fire as they're going through each turn, right? And they're going down, and they're jumping over there, and like everything, their whole body was acting like they were actually going through the downhill slalom course at the Olympics. And when they come through, they've won. Like, yes, I won. And they celebrate just like they would in real life, right? In their body, and their muscles are firing. It's an amazing thing, guys. And then they do it in real life, right? It's the ones that are really great at it, that can really feel it, are the ones that stand up on number one on the podium. The ones that have mastered that can really, really feel it are the ones that stand number one on the podium. The ones that haven't won, right? Those same people that are going through the exercises, right? The visualization, because they all visualize, every single one of them. Every athlete visualizes. The ones that don't win are because they weren't finally in tune with their emotions as they were going through it. There was a doubt. There was a thought as they were going through the routine. This happens with golfers all the time, right? They see themselves playing each hole, making each shot, how it feels, a pre-shot routine. Like they go through the whole motion. It might take them an hour of visualization, right? One of the greatest golfers in the world, Tiger Woods, visualizes, right? But sometimes, right, sometimes there could be a deep-seated subconscious thought that says, as they're going through the practice round in their mind, right, they're playing the round in their mind, that something happens, right, and they hit a ball in the water, or they, their swing's not quite right, or something doesn't feel quite right? So he doesn't win that week. Somebody else does that was more in tune with who they are and what they were doing. Do you see? That's why visualization is so important. Sandra, breaking cycle now. Awesome. I used to attract emotional vampires till I learned to set healthy boundaries. Yeah. You go first. You go first. Roadmap to the end game. Yep. Yes, we are our own worst enemies. Yep. Tami, do you help with, special people? Yeah. Yep. How do you change your subconscious, though? You change it by visualizing exactly what you want. When you start to relax, when you, right before you go to sleep at night, your brain enters theta mode, right? That's the theta brain waves. That's your subconscious, right? We have to get past the analytical mind. That's why when we're awake and aware and we think of things, right? We do our affirmations. I believe I'm abundant. I believe I'm happy. I believe I have my soulmate, right? Every morning on the way to work, I say my affirmations. That's why they don't work, because you're never getting past the analytical mind back here to the subconscious brain to rewire it. So you have to enter theta brainwaves, which is right before you go to sleep at night, when you're starting to just drift off. If you can literally start visualizing your life, right? Oh my God, I'm going to dream about my dream life right now. It feels so good. That house is beautiful. The car is awesome. I've got so much money. How does it feel? What am I going to do with all this money, right? You start like freaking daydreaming. Same thing first thing in the morning when you wake up. Or you can intentionally do it by laying on the couch with a pillow and a blanket, setting a timer on your phone for 15 minutes, and go to La La Land. Like, visualize everything you want. Daydream about it and feel it as it's already happening. Go there in the mind. Go there in the mind, and you will go there in the body. And when you wake up, you start looking for the evidence of it. That's how you rewire your subconscious, right? So true. The human experience matters in terms of how the message is received. Mortgage lender Amy. Yep, you're right. Thank you guys for the follow and for all that stuff. Thank you for joining too. I appreciate you guys and all the gifts and all the good stuff. Can a person quit thinking negatively? Lisa, yeah. Yes, they can. And how? What's the opposite of thinking negatively? What do you want? Like, what do you really want? You want to think more positive? What are some positive thoughts that you could write down? What are the things in your life that you don't like? And then write down all the things in your life, the exact opposite that you do like, that you would like to have. So, right? What are you thinking negative about, Lisa? What's the best time to do meditations, visualizations, mountain explorer? Anytime you feel like it. Right? It's all about feelings. It's all about getting into alignment. It's all about your intuition and trusting the nudges, right? And going left even when you're supposed to go right. Even when going left doesn't make sense, right? But you know that you're supposed to go left and then you don't want to. So you resist it and you go right when if you would have just gone left, everything you wanted was going left. Do you see? You see? So you have to get into that. This is for my own benefit. Like this meditation visualization thing is to help me create the life I want. Why am I resisting it? What is stopping me back here in my subconscious that says either it won't work, it's a bunch of bullshit, right? It's just it's this woo-woo, shoo-shoo, magic stuff that doesn't work. She's just selling me a line of bullshit, right? What part of your subconscious brain is telling you that? That's resisting you, right? That you're resisting from getting what you want. The most successful people in the world, guys, visualize and do meditations, but they are super ultra clear on what they want. And here's the thing. Once you achieve the things that you want, you're going to want more. Then what? Right? Then what? So I manifested 10K tomorrow. Guess what? That 10K is going to be spent somehow, some way, somewhere. Then what? You're back where you are at square one, the comfort zone. Then what? You got to do it again. And the more you do it and the more you practice, the more you get addicted to it, because it is doses of dopamine. It drops dopamine in your body and you're like, wow, this is freaking amazing. I want more of that. It's like a drug addict. You see? I hope that doesn't trigger anybody. But that's what it is. It's dopamine. It's dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. Can you manifest more than one thing, or should I just focus on one main thing? No, you can manifest everything you want. Write it out. Like, write out your dream life in that journal, right? The things I don't want, the things I do want. Opposites, right? I don't want to have lack. I don't want to be broke anymore. Okay, so then I want to be rich. That's the opposite of it. What's the next one? I don't want to live in this house that I'm living in. I want something, right? Okay, so automatically, I don't want to live here. What do you want? I want to live in something bigger, something nicer. What does that look like? What does it look like? Right? The opposite. Whatever it might be. I don't want this old clunky car anymore. I want a nice brand new car. That's on this side of what I want. I want the nice brand new car. Okay. What does it look like? Once you have this list of all the things that you want, now we go to work on manifesting. Now we go to work on visualizing. You can incorporate it all together. Man, I'm living with my dream person, like my soulmate, in a beautiful home. And we have all this gorgeous furniture. And our kids are being go to private school. And I have so much overflow of abundance, right? It's like an avalanche. I've got more money than I could possibly ever spend in my lifetime, or in my kids' lifetime, or in my grandkids' lifetime. Like, I've got so much money, and I have the luxury cars, and I donate to charities, and I help other people with it because it's a reflection of who I am, right? This money that I have is a reflection of who I am, and so I want to help more and give more and do philanthropy to stuff because I know that that's part of who I am. And when you start incorporating all of it into one big picture, but so finely detailed that you can't, like when you visualize your dream home and then the time comes when you're actually going to go shopping for one and you walk into your dream home, you will go, oh my God, that's exactly what I visualized. Holy shit. Like, that's the house I visualized. That's the partner I visualized. Right? But you go first. You have to do the work first. You have to change first. None of it will come to you. It will match who you are. If it's low vibe, you're going to bring low vibe people in, low vibe circumstances, low vibe houses, low vibe money, low vibe cars. Like, that's what you're going to manifest. That's what's going to come and show up in your reality. That's what manifesting is. It's something that shows up in your reality. That's all manifesting is. It's a creation of your own mind and your own beliefs. It's just a physical creation. Thank you for the roses. I know this works. Years ago, I manifested a book on manifesting in a metaphysical store. Pew Pew Girl. There we go. I love Pew Pew Girl. Do you believe faith and trust in our manifestation are pretty much the same thing? Faith versus trust. Yeah. It's the same. Faith and trust. Hope and pray are the same. But yeah, I mean, if I have faith, that means I trust. If I have trust, that means I have faith. So yeah, absolutely. The moon outside is beautiful right now. Sorry, ADD. Mountain Explorer, no joke. I saw it earlier tonight. It was bright red. We're in it's entering the Mercury retrograde or something, right? Like all the planets line up in a line, right? So you're not supposed to make any major moves during this time. And I'm like, Guess what? I'm making major moves, baby. We're leveling up. It's awesome. Agreed. I'm looking at while I'm listening. Yep. I'm looking at it while I'm listening. Yeah, it's beautiful out tonight, guys. I mean, what a wondrous place that we live. Seriously. Like, where we can literally have, do, and be anything we want. All we have to do is believe that we can have it and know that we're achieving it and that we can create the life that we want. And all we have to do is the inner work. Like, that's all I'm literally asking you guys to do, is to do the inner work. I'm not asking you to go out and dig ditches in 100-degree heat in the middle of summer. I'm not asking you to do manual labor. I'm not asking you to ask anybody else for anything. I'm just asking you for yourself. Like, it does not benefit me in one way at all. It doesn't benefit me. Thank you for the roses, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it benefits you. And that's what I care about. That this benefits you. That you begin to see how truly powerful you are. What a badass rock star you are. That you can create anything that you want to create. You just have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you could do this. Years ago, I dreamed of a curly-haired woman knocking on our door. Husband later had an affair with her. Yep. And if you don't do the inner work, you'll attract the same kind of man that will cheat on you. When one leaves, another one will come in. Another one will take its place until you change. Right? You have to be the energy you want to attract. That's exactly what happens, guys. Okay, that's what I thought. Was contemplating trust versus faith the other day, so thought I'd ask. Now, it's great. It's great that you're contemplating. It's great that you're asking questions, right? This is how we grow. This is how we learn. Do you have any suggestions for people who have a hard time visualizing specific details in their mind? Yeah, absolutely. So, Allison, here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask the universe, right? Universe, this is what I want. Can you please explain to me in detail what it looks like? Tell me what it looks like. Right? Cyrilla Nana. I'm sorry. I'm horrible at this. Here's the hard truth. Yeah, you did. You manifested that. Doubts, fears that you had that he may leave you, he may cheat on you, some subconscious belief based off of an experience that you had. Maybe your dad cheated on your mom, or somebody that you knew cheated on somebody else, and that became like traumatic for you. And so you're like, oh my God, I hope that doesn't happen to me. And man, as soon as you get in that low vibe, right, and that's your subconscious thought, it will come. It will come. It may take a while, but it'll manifest. And it's all you're doing. All of it. All of it. I take responsibility for every single event that happens in my life. The people, the places, the circumstances, the events. I take personal responsibility for it. Yeah. Yeah, go get into theta, Allison. Yeah, I'll see you Friday, girl, for our call. I love you very much. Gratitude is a major key in this too. Yeah, so the gratitude part, right? So we can talk about that before I jump off this call, because it's almost midnight here. One more final reminder, guys. The link is in my bio. You guys need to get in that workshop. It's $97. There's even a payment plan, $24.25. 4 payments of $24.25. For those of you that want to get into it and don't, can't afford $97, that's fine. I got you covered. $24, 4 payments. And that will get you the 2-hour workshop with me on the 25th of September, because tomorrow's is completely sold out. And then that also gets you a free one-on-one private coaching call with me via Zoom for an hour. Okay, 1 hour private coaching call via Zoom, just me and you, working through all your stuff, so I know exactly what you want, so that we can start to manifest those things that you want, okay? So it's $97. The link is in my bio. I've got limited numbers of spots, right, because they fill up. I don't have time. I can't coach everybody, right? I only have so many hours during the day, and I have other high-profile clients that are paying $1,100 an hour session to work with me. So I can only take a certain number of you guys, right? Okay, so let me go back. Okay. All right. Here is a gratitude. This is what I do every single morning, right? I get up, I have my coffee, I let my dogs out to go to the bathroom, and then the first thing I do is my gratitude book, right? So the top 8 things up here are 8 things that I'm grateful for that I want to manifest in the next 24 hours. So it can't be I'm grateful for my kids, because I'm always grateful for my kids, right? It can't be I'm grateful for my home because I live in my home. It has to be something that you do not have that you want to manifest in 24 hours that you can show your gratitude for ahead of time. 8 things. 8 is significant here, guys. 8 things. Whatever it may be for you. I am grateful for, one of the things I wrote, this was on August 16th, so that wasn't very long ago. I'm so grateful for 10,000 followers on TikTok. I wanted to manifest that in 24 hours. And I signed up for tomorrow. If I can't get on it right at 11, will I be able to get in late? Yeah. Just click the link. It'll have you in the waiting room, and I'll just admit you when you come in. And you'll get the recording of the whole workshop too. So you're totally good. It'll run a couple of hours. So, yeah, that's totally cool. And so that was on August 16th. I'm at 15,500 right now. And that was just, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. So that was the 6th thing on my 6 out of 8, right? That was one of the things that I was grateful for. And the emotion that I attached to that, number six, I feel extreme happiness. That was my emotion that I assigned to that thing that I'm grateful for that I want to manifest in 24 hours, right? And so that's what I do. I write 8 things I'm grateful for that I don't have yet, that I want to manifest in 24 hours. 8 things. And then I write the 8 emotions attached to each one of those. Number 1 lines up with number 1. Number 2 lines up with number 2. Line 3 with number 3. Do you see what I mean? Then I write thank you at the bottom. I sign my name. I put today's date, or that date. I put a little heart and a smiley face because I'm thanking the universe. Thank you. And then I put the book away. And then I do my 15 minutes of visualization. And then I just spend the rest of the day looking for the evidence of it all to show up. And as it shows up the next morning, when I pull my book out again to do the same thing, I put little check marks on all the things that manifested. And usually minimum of 3, usually 5 of those 8 things will manifest in 24 hours for me. Minimum of 3. I check them off. I replace those with 3 brand new things I want to manifest. And whatever didn't manifest, I carry over to the next day. And I continue to carry those things over that don't manifest, right? I continue to carry them over until it manifests. Some things may take a little longer, right? I'm human. I've got, right, belief issues too sometimes, subconscious stuff, right, that I'm not aware of. That's why I have a mentor. That's why I have a coach that I pay a lot of freaking money to, right? 6 figures a year I pay to my mentor, right? Because I'm not playing around, man. I'm going bigger. I'm going home. Like, I am not messing around. So these are short-term goals. These are something that you want to manifest in 24 hours. So I'm so grateful for the extra $100 that I manifested today. And how do I feel about that? I feel so happy. I feel relieved. I feel calm, whatever, right? Then you go on to the next thing. Yeah, so I pay a lot of money for my mentor, right? Because I'm human. I have human thoughts, just like you guys do, right? I'm just way further along in this whole journey than a lot of people, right? That's how I can manifest all this stuff. But I still have a coach. I still need somebody to hold me accountable. I still need somebody to call me out on my crap, right? And say, Tami, you're here to say what you need to say. You're here to be authentic. You're here to, right, to do the things you're here to do, to enjoy the journey, to watch the beauty of the unfolding of all of the things that are coming. Like, what do you want? Because my wants change. Because I'll achieve one thing and now I want something more, and it's bigger. And the bigger the things that you want, the harder they are to manifest because there's blocks there. right? So if I say I want to go from 5 million a year and I want to go to 20 million a year, that's a big jump, right? It's a big jump subconsciously, right? Now I'm just being greedy. Why would you want all that money? That's just so dumb. Like, you're totally fine with the money that you have. You don't need more, right? What do you need more for? Those are some of the beliefs. Seriously, the guilt, right? Oh, and then she reminds me, there's never any lack. It's always abundance. There's enough for everybody, right? We will never, ever, ever run out of money. So what you need to do is focus on your 20 million a year while you're helping others focus on their million a year. And then their 5 million a year, and then their 10 million a year, and then their 20 million a year. Do you see? You go first, Tami, and the universe follows. You go first, and the universe follows. That's what I'm doing. I'm going first. And I'm hoping you guys follow. Because I want you to be abundant. I don't want you to suffer. I'm tired of watching people suffer. God, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. There was a girl on a live today, and this guy that was hosting the live, right, was like, give me your cash apps and I'll send you guys $10, right? And I'll just, I mean, there was so many people on this live too. Like, it was just, I mean, the comments were going crazy. You couldn't even pick out somebody's cash app to even send them money hardly, right? I don't even know how he was keeping track of it. And he wasn't. He was just cherry picking people, right? And then he was asking, then he said this, right? This is so weird. I never get on lives like that. It's just like, whatever. It was cool, right? He was helping some people, but it was like $10, right? So I'm watching and I'm thinking, it's pretty cool. That's, it's awesome. And this is how God leads you to places, right? Even when it doesn't make sense and you obey anyway. Okay. So I'm like, okay. So I see this one comment pop up, and I mean, it was like, in my eyes, everything else kind of faded in the background like a blur, and hers stuck like right out at me. And it literally said, I just need a few dollars to buy some diapers and some wipes for my son. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm literally sitting here going, and I held my finger on it so I wouldn't lose her comment, right? And I'm like, okay, it's time to bless this girl, right? Because I don't want to see people suffer. I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. And this is why I do what I do, right? I start to get emotional about it, right? Because everybody should live in abundance. Like, it's readily available to you. You just have to get in to alignment with it, right? So I saved her thing and I found her cash app, and I literally sent her a cash app, right? For way more money than she could have ever needed for diapers and wipes. And I just said, hey, I saw you on the TikTok live. I hope this helps your son. And I sent it to her. Now, this girl's going to receive it in a cash app from me, and she has no idea who I am, right? She couldn't find me, right? Because you know how many Tami Gomez's there are on TikTok, and there's no picture on my cash app of what I look like, right? So she's just getting this anonymous, so to speak, money to buy diapers and wipes and whatever else she could possibly need for her little boy, who is a newborn, because I looked at her profile. I wanted to see what he looked like. He's so cute. Just a baby. And she's got an Etsy shop. Like, she's trying. She's got stuff that she's selling on Etsy. So she's really trying. And it just broke my heart, right? And so I just wanted to give. But I tell you what, if I wasn't in the position I'm in, I'd never be able to help others. Do you see what I mean? Do you see why freaking money is so important? We live on an economic planet. This is the kind of work we can do, but you have to go first. You have to go first. And then when you can do stuff like that, it fills you up inside and it makes you rise. Your vibration raises even higher. And you attract even more, and you can help more people. And then all of a sudden, we're all working in a big community, hand in hand, arm in arm, saying we're going to raise and lift each other up and support each other. And we're going to teach them along the way so that they too can create the life that they want with intention. Do you see? Do you see why this is so important? We have to go first, guys. We have to go first. Aunt Ned, is Cash App safe? Yeah. For well, I've never. I say yeah. You see that now? That was my first reaction. Yes, Cash App is safe because that's what I believe, right? So I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem. So I'm just going to stop there. Yes, Cash App is safe for me. I've never had a problem. Sally, you're rewarded 10 times over now. Maybe. I'm already blessed, right? I've already been rewarded. I've been rewarded for doing my own work, right? For working on me. That's the reward. Now I just get to, help other people, right? Like I get to offer a freaking 2-hour workshop and a one-on-one private coaching call for $97 to people. I couldn't do that if I was struggling for money. Literally. And the last workshop I did, I gave everybody a gift box, like full. I went out shopping and bought them stuff, and it cost me more. It cost me more to buy the stuff, put it in the box, spend all the time wrapping it with tissue and writing a thank you card and sticking it in there. And then I had to buy, check this out, right? Look at this. I had to buy on Amazon a box full of these boxes that I had to put together and tape them together, right? I had to buy these, and I had to buy the freaking tissue paper, right? Tissue paper, so I could pack everything up, and then I had to buy thank you cards, and then I had to freaking pay to ship them. They're not cheap. These boxes that are 10 by 7 by 5 aren't cheap to ship, right? So it cost me more than the freaking workshop. I actually lost money. I actually lost money on it. And that's fine. That's totally fine. But I could not do this if I was hurting abundantly, right? If I was hurting financially for money. I couldn't do any of that stuff. I couldn't send that young girl with a newborn baby money through Cash App. I couldn't do any of that. God and the source and creator has blessed me, right? Because I got into alignment first. I got into alignment first. I did the work first. And then God, source, creator, universe says, okay, we're going to match you. We're going to match you. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Right? But I never would be able to do that if I never got into alignment with it. If I never did the inner work here and here and here. Never be able to do that. Do you guys see why it's so important? Love that philosophy. Will apply it to my life. Strategic. Also appreciate the sharing. Yeah, no problem. Spiritual love goddess. You bet. I love your name, by the way. Thank you for the follow. I don't know what Jen just did, but she said, oh, thank you. I'm excited. I'm in a tough situation. Tina, I'm awesome. That's awesome, yeah. May God continue to bless you and you continue to bless others. Amen to that, right? Amen to that. That's what life is about, guys. Life is about, somebody said earlier, we just want to be happy. That's it, man. That makes me happy. I look for things that make me happy. I do the things that make me happy. There's nothing more important than my happiness. And I'm not waiting for shit to happen before I get happy. That's backwards. It's putting the cart before the horse. I'm going to be happy now. I'm going to be happy now. And as I get happy now, all the good stuff shows up. It's freaking amazing. It's amazing. Thank you for helping her. Of course. Of course. I manifested butterflies today. I just realized that I did that. Mountain Explorer, how crazy that you just said that, because as I was typing in the girls' Cash App thing, a butterfly, I'm in my garage, right, chilling. I know, it's weird. Don't ask. Anyway, it's where I can go and have silence, get away from all the kids. Anyway, so I was in there, I was just chilling, and I was typing in her Cash App, and this butterfly came into the garage and landed on my shoulder. And I went, I see you, universe. I see you. Thank you for the confirmation. And it flew away, and I hit send. Do you see, though? Wouldn't it be nice to live your life like that? Cat TC77. That is a brief little nugget of it. Yes. How to get into alignment. Yep, the $100 video I did. Yep. Do some things not manifest because your subconscious knows it's not good for you in the end? Yes. Yep. If you're not going to use it to benefit yourself and others, right? Your subconscious mind knows that, and it will put off the vibe. It knows your inner being, your light inside of you, your soul, whatever you want to call it, right? Knows what's best for you. It knows. And it will do anything it can to protect you, right? So yes. My dream since a kid was to have plenty of money to be able to help others. I want that to come true. Well, then let's go. Do the inner work first. You go first, girl. Excited to get my box. You're amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it went out, what's today? Saturday, Friday. It went out Thursday. She said you guys should get them by Monday. They're just little trinkets of gratitude. Like just little tokens of my gratitude. It's nothing big. It's not like a bottle of, $500 champagne or anything. It's just little things that I hope put a little smile on your face, because I'm all about smiling. Manifest a couple of rubber ducks. Yep. Hey, my garage is my safe space too. LOL. Yeah. How influential do you think dreams are? Like when you sleep and you dream, or like just my dream is to be a rock star? Like which which is it? I'm not sure what you mean by dreams. I think you mean when you sleep, those kind of dreams. Yeah, sleep dreams. Yeah. It depends. I think that if they're vivid, lucid dreams, then that affects your subconscious. The more powerful the dream is, bad or good, the more you will wake up with that feeling of, like when you have a nightmare, you're like, oh my God, I had this freaking nightmare, and I like woke up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, right? It's like that, right? And then you'll develop this fear. If you have that dream more than once, you'll start developing that fear subconsciously, and you won't even realize it. And then it'll appear in your reality, and you're like, right? You're like, what? I just dreamt about that, right? So your dreams can be influential. What is something that you are excited to manifest if you don't mind sharing? Do you have any family who is like-minded with manifestation? I have none. They all think I have lost my mind. There's no possible way I could be making this kind of a living doing what I'm doing. They think I'm woo-woo. They think, and why? Because I'm outside the norm, right? I'm not working in corporate America, working for the man 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, climbing the corporate ladder and making, 6 figures a year doing that. Like my brother who did that, my older brother did exactly that. He's got $1 million home in California. He's got a Ferrari in his driveway. He's 70 years old, and he literally is just like, he sits on the couch and just like, how he doesn't even enjoy his freaking life. Like he worked all those years and worked that hard to accomplish those things. And he never enjoyed his life. Never enjoyed his life. And so he thinks I'm crazy because I'm enjoying my life. Like I have the equivalent of a Ferrari in my garage, right? And I literally get to be on a social media app on TikTok and talk to you guys and do workshops and one-on-one coaching calls. And then I have these high-profile clients that are actually paying me, right? And that's how I earn my income. And he's like, he doesn't even like to talk about it, right? And the reason why, when he does talk about it, it's negative is because he gave up on his dreams and he's trying to justify it by making me feel bad. He wants me to give up on my dreams so that he feels better about himself giving up on his, which is what most people do. Okay, so that is that. What is something that you are excited to manifest if you don't mind me sharing? God, there's so much, right? There's so much, because once I manifest something, I want something more, right? I want something bigger, and otherwise I would cease to exist. If I never wanted for anything else, I would literally cease to exist. I would die, because there'd be no point to living anymore. If I had everything and I never wanted anything more, and I never grew, and I never contributed more, and I never did anything more, it would just be like, well, that was fun. Now what? You know? So one of the things I want to manifest, there is a $10 million home in San Diego on the ocean with a theater room, an underground garage with elevator that fits probably 20 cars down there. A Disney-style pool that is freaking amazing. What else does it have? It's like 8 bedrooms, 10 baths. I mean, it's just freaking, it's huge. It is a huge house. But it's location. Like, it's in San Diego. The weather's beautiful all year round. There's no crime hardly. Like, it's just an amazing place, right? It's just an amazing place. And I'm from California, and I'm in Oklahoma now. And my daughter and I, JC, she's dying to go to California. She wants to move there. She sees the house on my phone, like it's on my phone. All the photos of it are on my phone, and it's for sale. It's for sale. And so that's one thing that's the biggest thing I'm trying to manifest, right? And it'll happen. It'll happen. When I get in true alignment with it, it'll happen. So, you are part of my awakening. This feels so good to be guided by you. Thank you. You're welcome, Bianca. Both matter. One is our subconscious, the other is our conscious. Yep. And then we have the analytical mind in between that just is like the gatekeeper, right? And you just got to get past the gatekeeper. You got to get past the gatekeeper. No tornadoes there either, like Oklahoma. Nope, just earthquakes. Just earthquakes, and that doesn't happen very often. I love how okay with your struggle with your brother. You're not angry. You see it so clearly. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's on his journey, right? I love my brother, right? And I'm happy for him. If he's happy, I'm happy, right? It just doesn't matter. He's on his own journey. He's created his own reality based off of his beliefs. And who am I to come in and say that he's wrong? Because you can never get it wrong, and you can never get it done. Like, we are eternal beings. He'll have another chance. He'll have another chance. He'll learn as he goes, as each lifetime, right? As he experiences each lifetime that he doesn't even remember the one before. But as he experiences it, he'll learn and he'll grow, and he'll be there. He'll be there. Just like we all will be. Doesn't matter what they think, it matters what you think and feel. Living in your purpose is key. Yep. Absolutely, Lois. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I love how you're okay. Okay, read that one. Intrusive thoughts. What do I do? Tell yourself you don't have intrusive thoughts. Whatever the opposite of that thought is, think that. That's the first step, right? So be aware of the intrusive thoughts. What are they saying? And then what is the opposite of that? And then start repeating the opposite of that as often as you possibly can, right? Visualize the opposite of the intrusive thoughts, right? Whatever it may be. Never have I battled with intrusive thoughts in my 29 years of living. These thoughts make me think harmful thoughts. Scares me. Yeah, okay, so let's flip the script. Let's go. X Bills X MAFIA Mafia X Bills Mafia. I'm assuming because I take out the X's and that's what it says, right? Flip the script. Flip it. What does it sound like when you flip it? How can I overcome childhood trauma and self-doubt? Feel like it's getting in my way of manifesting. Anna Moreno. It is. It is. We have to find out exactly what the childhood trauma was. Understand that it served a purpose. Because without it, you wouldn't know the opposite of it. Do you see what I mean? Without the childhood trauma, you wouldn't know the opposite of it. It would just be what it is. and I have no control over it. But you have control, right? Your past does not equal your future. What happens is, though, we start contemplating the future, and as we start to visualize the future, we always have a reference point to the past. Like, if I do this, I did this last time, this is what happened, or somebody else did this in the past, and now that equals my future. And so now I'm scared, I'm fearful, I'm doubtful, I don't want to go there because I'm afraid, right? When we start thinking about our future, we always reflect on the past to try to project, to try to predict, right? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen if I do this? You will always live your life that way. And you will never take the chances. You will never take the risks, right? But you have to open the door in your mind. And then when the door in real life opens, you walk through it. Open the door in your mind of what's possible. And then when the possibility opens up in real life, walk through it. But we have to open the door here first. This is the beginning. This is the work, right? Anna, let's go. Get in my workshop. I'll do a one-on-one private call with you. We'll figure it out, right? Cost you $97 for all of it. And I'll do a private one-on-one Zoom call with you, and we'll figure it out, Anna. The link is in the bio. Grab it, right? I want to help. When you move, have a party, and I'll come down. Hell yeah, girl, Jen, we're going to have one hell of a party. We're going to have one hell of a party. How do you get over an ex? I got to get off this. It's 12 o'clock, and my workshop's tomorrow, and I got to be peppy for it. Okay, so how do you get over an ex that left you? Why'd they leave? What did you do that made them leave? Careful what you ask. Careful what you ask. Bill's Mafia, I love you too. Okay. Working on mindset around not having enough income. I'm currently have 4 jobs. It's still not enough. Damn, Shannon. Somewhere down deep, you think that you have to work your ass off in order to make ends meet. And that's not the case, babe. That's not the case. If you've just followed your intuition, if you followed your purpose, if you knew what your passion was, if you knew the gifts you have inside and you followed that and you did it in faith and trust, like Allison had said earlier, right? If you knew like you knew like you knew, and this made you happy, and this is what you followed, everything would fall into place, right? But so often we don't think that we can earn a living and do what we love to do and be abundant, doing what we love, following our purpose. So we don't, right? Because what happens if I fail? Then it's going to be, I knew you would. I told you you would. Like, that's the negative self-talk we have, right? You can't gear up, right? All the negative responses, right? That affirm the failure before you even try. Like, we literally put a safety net underneath ourselves. It says, okay, I'm going to try this, but I'm going to hope for the best. I'm going to prepare for the worst. That's a effed up way to go about life. You don't ever hope for the best and prepare for the worst, because hoping is a beggar. So now I'm just begging for the best, but I'm going to just prepare, right? Because it's probably not going to work out. And so I'm just preparing myself for disappointment. And then guess what happens? You get disappointed. Right? I mean, so many coaching calls I've had with people. I've got a woman that's working in like a nursing home facility, and she's an amazing creative woman that has this passion for just creating all of these amazing things. And I'm like, what if you could do that and make so much money from it, and then you can contribute and help people, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, that'd be fantastic. And I said, then why don't you do it? Because I don't think I can make a living at it. I don't know if it's good enough. And I'm like, oh, then it never will be. And you never will. Are you willing to try? Are you willing to have faith? Are you willing to trust the universe? That when you go first and get into alignment, that everything will be hand delivered to you, that your wish is their command. Are you willing to do that? And she's like, I'm willing to do that. I said, okay, then here's what we're going to do, X, Y, Z. And you have to commit to me. Like, you got to commit. You're either all in or you're all out. You're not kind of sort of pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. So you're either all in or you're not. Which is it? And she said, I'm all in. I said, then let's go. Then let's go. right? And it's freaking so fun to watch. I do, God, it's so crazy. Anna, you got one of the spots in the workshop, girl. I just got your alert. Anna Estrada. Awesome. I've got you down. You guys, everybody that signed up for the workshop, that link's in my bio, that wants that one-on-one private coaching call with me via Zoom at no charge. That's just a free bonus to you guys. I don't know what's up with my hair. Anyway, you will receive a personalized email from me, right? A personal email from me, not an autoresponder. So you probably won't get it until tomorrow morning, but it will have the link to the workshop and the link to book your private coaching session with me. And after you book that private coaching session with me, the day and the time that you want, and then I will send you another link to the Zoom link for our private coaching call. So you'll get 2 links in the first email and another link in the second email, so that you know how to join that one-on-one private coaching call with me on your day and time that you choose from my calendar, okay? So you're going to get a link to my calendar and be able to choose the day and time you want. So you probably won't get it till tomorrow because I'm going to hit the sack here in a little bit. I need to rest up and decompress and get zen and om and go into theta mode and start creating stuff before I go to sleep. And then I've got my workshop in the morning that is completely sold out. Like, guys, look at these. Look at those names on that one side of the page on my dry erase board. It's just, there's a lot of freaking people. Okay. Jen, you sure? I love you too. I love you too. Shannon, it is my pleasure. Listen, guys, I hope that you guys get something out of these lives that I do, that you can at least take a little nugget away from it that will help begin and start the process just to help you think differently. Like, that's the first step, guys, is to open your mind enough to say that there's something different out there for me. Like, it could all change. Like, now I've got faith, right? And we can even start lower, right? I know that I say hope is a beggar, right? But I want you to have just a little inner peace knowing that the information that you heard tonight is enough of a glimmer that says it's possible. All I need you to think is that it's possible. Just think that it's possible, okay? And then we can work on it from there. So I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you were able to take away a nugget or two. But again, it all starts with you, right? You go first. You have to do the inner work. You're going to attract who you are. You're going to attract the doubts, the fears, the blame. You're going to attract the victim, right, mentality. You're going to attract the same exact match as you are. So that's why it's important to start with you. You go first. I'm going to help you. You want a different life? We're going to change. Like, I'm going to change. I want a different life? I'm going to change, right? And then I expect everything else in my world to change to benefit me, to serve me and my higher good, and to serve for me. Here's the thing too. It has to be where it's going to benefit me, it's going to benefit you, and it's going to benefit us, meaning the greater good, right? The greater good, the world at large. It's going to benefit me, it's going to benefit you, and it's going to benefit us. And when that happens, when you start following your dreams and it's in alignment with that and you feel good about it and you're like, oh, hell yes, now I'm passionate. Now I know I can make a difference. Oh, I can make a difference. I can make a difference because I've changed. My mindset has changed. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. I've got faith, right? It can change in a heartbeat, guys. Right? The universe knows no time. There's no time in the universe. You just got to speak its language, which is vibration. I'm vibrating high, and it's vibrating high, and it brings this match to you. All of a sudden, it matches who you are, and everything changes. The drama leaves, the struggle leaves, the lack, the fear, the doubts, all that crap begins to leave and starts to diminish. And when it does raise its little ugly head, You will say, thank you for the reminder that I am out of alignment. There's the contrast. That's the serving of the contrast, right? The little doubt flips into your head. Oh, yeah, but what if? Oh, and you go, oh, shit, I just thought, what if? Oh, that's the universe telling me that I'm out of alignment with what I truly want. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing me I'm out of alignment. I now release you, and I choose to go this way on the path to my dreams. So every time that shows up, tell it thank you. Thank you. I celebrate you. Thank you, because you are temporary. You're out of here. I'm going this way. Okay? All right. So if any of you guys, Bianca, I love you. Right, Jen? See, that's the thing with coaching too, right? It's all energy, man. It's energy. We co-create. I can't do it just by myself. Like, I need other people in the same vibe, right? To help me co-create, to keep me there, to keep me in alignment, right? That's why I got a coach. That's why this is so powerful. We co-create through these TikToks. Like the woman whose son just called and said he sounded good. Like, that shit doesn't happen just by chance, guys. There are no coincidences. There's only synchronicities. Synchronized, in unison, right? Synchronized, in alignment. That's all there is. Right? That's all there is. Thank you for the wishing bottle, Kat. I appreciate you. So, again, last call before I head to bed. Link is in the bio. $97 workshop. It's on the 25th of September. It's 2 hours long. You'll get an email from me with that. And then as your bonus, you get a free one-on-one private coaching call with me via Zoom on the day and time you choose. You'll get a link to the booking calendar for that as well when you sign up for the workshop. But the link is in the bio. Limited number of spots. I'm assuming the link is still there in my bio. That means that there's still space. Once that link disappears, the workshop disappears, that means the workshop has now been sold out. Okay? Pew pew girl, I'll see you tomorrow. But anyway, guys, I love you very much. I hope this has helped you guys. And if you can, and you're in alignment and it resonates with you, just let me help you. Right? Just let me help you. Let's do it in private. Let's do a one-on-one. Right? Let's get you on the right track to creating the life that you want and end the struggle and the lack, right? Because that's no fun. And you deserve more, and you're worthy of more. You're worthy of having it all. You just need to know how, right? I'm here to help you. So grab the link while you can in the bio. And for those of you that have already signed up for tomorrow's, I'll see you tomorrow morning. And for those of you who have signed up for the 25th tonight, I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks, okay? All right, I love you guys very much. Jen, thanks again for the mod. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.